SoCalVal here. Welcome to Grown Ass Women with myself, Lisa Marie Varon, Mickie James. How we doing, ladies? Mickie, you look very, very tan and luxurious tonight.
Oh, thank you. I've been at the pool. I've been working on my glow. You know,
actually, you look very glowy.
Yeah,
no,
she's a glow
you
ass
look very
woman.
glow. You do look glowy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Lisa, you're looking very
look
chic
glowy.
and sophisticated in your red lips. I love it.
You inspired me, Val. I loved your red lipsticks, and I googled from what lipsticks make your teeth look whiter from CVS. There you have it.
Can you
Do my
tell
teeth
us
look
what
whiter?
you're wearing? I'm not even kidding.
They
love
do. They
the
look so
teeth
white.
shades.
They're getting whiter.
do you want it? I am wearing this a jobber's shirt. Widow Speak Freak. I'm wearing my own product. It's the first time ever. Widow Speak Freak, and this was done by a girlfriend of mine, Aaliyah. I'll plug her in later on. You can follow her on social media. She does amazing graphics. She's in school to be, she's the one that got me into all the anime, like Attack on Titan and all this stuff. So so she drew this for me.
That's amazing. You have some.
Oh, that's really good. Though. She drew it.
Too.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do have. Very loyal fans. I think wrestlers have, right?
Yeah.
Like in our industry, our fans are very loyal.
What do you say one time we do a themed, we can call it something like a self-markout episode, and we all just wear our own merch, just head to toe, just branding. Just
Totally.
Why not?
Well, we can wear our all head to toe GAW stuff.
Yes.
Oh.
And for those of you watching, we're getting closer and closer to, by this point, merch-wise, we have a few items that we want to get out to you guys, and of course, all of the information will be on GawTV.com. That's the thing is, there's so many different social media channels, but if you want to know anything and links to everything, it's all on GawTV.com, so we'll put that up there for you guys. Not that it's hard to remember, but hey, we're all drinking a cocktail, so that's my next question. I was going to ask Mickie what she's wearing.
Wait, what's Mickie wearing?
What are you wearing? Yeah.
I'm not really wearing anything that
shirt.
fancy. I'm wearing my wine shirt, but I'm not drinking wine. But these PJ pants, these little fleece jammers, which I live my life in, I couldn't tell you. They're probably a Walmart special. I don't know. It's not. Kathy got me these pants.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice. You're going to have to put that in slow-mo.
Yes.
I have to get my leg up there.
So
Woo!
cute. Wine. I'm back in Primark because I love Primark, and I'm telling you, I have so many of these little matching pajama sets with little lace trim, an Amazon special that I have from my Amazon wish list. I mean, I'm
that bling though.
I can't. I mean,
yeah.
What do you talk? What do you talk?
I'm drinking this Vizzy, but I wanted to show you guys this. I had a funny little.
Vizzy.
Have you seen these? Have you seen these straws?
Wait, let me see the straw.
Okay. So I was at this one of those little, I don't know what to call it really. And they were giving out these things. And then one of these things was this Froze company, right? This Froze, which were giving out the Save the Turtle straws with their, it's like a blended wine thing that you can make like blended wine bevies, right? Mm-hmm. This thing. I can't.
Wow, that's cool.
I can't. So it's in my purse. It's typically always in my purse.
Oh,
save those turtles.
That is so cool.
Save them because otherwise I got lipstick all over my can.
Well, hey, you could sell that on eBay.
I don't know how I feel about the drink through the straw though. It's kind of a.
I
don't know if I'm committed to that.
I just don't want my teeth to turn red. And
you got red in there.
Yeah, so I just use my
Well,
Dollar
this may
Tree
look
straws. Yeah, what are you? Wait. But your shirt, Mickie, I popped huge. And then see, Val.
Wine.
I love it.
It is Wine Wednesday.
Okay, don't whine about it.
We whine about it. Love it. We almost did call this show Wine Wednesday. We were like, we wanted it to be more, female based. But Wine Wednesday is our favorite holiday. It's my favorite holiday, personally. I'm actually not drinking wine today. I've got what looks like Windex. It's not, I assure you. It is coconut sugar-free Red Bull. Sounds weird, I know. But it's actually, I don't know why it's blue. Coconuts aren't blue. But
so wait, it's coconut water?
Coconut sugar-free Red Bull. It's a bit
I've never even heard.
Yeah.
We
have a lot of cool sugar-free.
I've had that coconut sugar-free Red Bull, and I really do like it.
Yeah, the white can.
It's in the little blue can, yeah?
Well, at least here in the UK, it's a white can. It's white and silver.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Is it fizzy?
There is a blue.
It is fizzy, but it's a lot more flavor than a regular Red Bull.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Can I ask you a very personal question, because it's just us and all of our friends in the chat there? I don't want to point fingers, but whenever you drink Red Bull by itself, and maybe this is just me, so I might be about to like be called out here. Whenever you drink Red Bull by itself, don't you kind of feel like it tastes weird because you feel like you're drinking vodka? No?
It's missing something.
I feel like it's already in there, because the only time I drink the only time I ever drink Red Bull is with vodka. Like, on like maybe one or two on a night out. It's really bad to drink all night long. But when I drink regular Red Bull, like at a show, or like, oh, you want a Red Bull? Yeah, I'll shake Red Bull. I always think that I'm drinking alcohol, but I have to remind myself that it's not.
It does have an acquired taste to it, right?
Very metallic.
Yeah. I think I used to drink a lot more vodka Red Bulls. I kind of switched off the Red Bulls. I'm more on the Monsters right now. I really do like the Monsters. Maybe because they do them for 2 for $5 all the time. I don't know.
Is that at the Dollar Tree?
I like your accent.
No, but I switched, and I got off of the Red Bull and vodka because I felt like they were like just constantly like counterbalancing each other. Yeah. And then I went to the vodka soda water, and I was like, well, then now I'm just, every drink has the equivalent amount or more water in it, so I'm actually drinking more because I'm drinking so much water.
Yeah, you're hydrating at the same time.
Yeah. Are you doing the vodka soda with?
But I feel like I'm doing myself a good thing. I feel like I'm doing a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you doing the vodka soda?
I have to do this light over here.
The Splenda. This is killing me, Smalls. Oh, that actually looks good. But I forgot to show my cup.
Yeah.
The Golden Girls.
Oh, I thought that was us for a second.
It is us. It is us. Squad gold. How cute is that?
How does the song go? Hang on.
Oh, no, hold on. Don't, hold on. It's my ringtone.
Stop.
I'm obsessed with this show. My mom and I used to watch this all the time. It was I have the whole set, the DVD set. Was it Sounds, right? I go to Sounds. Hold on.
This thing's heavy. I'm trying to just.
Here we go.
Just curl it. Just curl it.
Here we go.
Yeah. 1 and 2 and 3.
Do you guys hear it? Your heart is true. You're a pilot and you get through a party
and invited everyone you knew.
We should do a GAW version of this.
Why don't we do like I was just about to get into the Patreon.
Change the words.
Why don't we do like a Patreon sing along, because it's only fitting. I need to redeem myself after becoming Scott Stapp in that Creed Desire video.
I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. And if
spot on.
Maybe when we go in and we write the song for the GAW song, for our official song, if you want to get in there and get them background vocals and just sing your little heart out.
It was mildly discredited. I was like, what am I doing when I watched that episode? I was like, dear God, where is Scott Stapp?
I'll play the tambourines in the back.
Perfect. I've heard about you on that mean
cowbell.
Triangle.
More cowbell.
Yeah. Cowbell, that mean triangle.
Yes.
Funny story is that we had when I was in TNA, they had a party for me at the dueling piano place.
Howl at the Moon.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay, and then I was playing the tambourine, and I was playing it so long, and then the next day I go, why are my hands and my hips all bruised? Because I was hitting it so hard all night, and on my side of my thighs, I had such a huge fucking fluke. It's not from doing the super kick like this and hit yourself.
No.
But it was a tambourine, good old tambourine injury.
She's got a tambourine-related injury. A TRI is what it is.
Injury. You have to tape it up tonight.
Oh my God, shimmy-related injuries. I remember that night. And until you said it, I was like, I know I was there. And then you said tambourine. I went, yeah, that was so fun. Orlando has some of the best clubs ever. My gosh.
They do.
But if we ever do decide to do like something like a live sing-along, I think Patreon would be the place to do it. And we have talked to you guys about Patreon. Thank you so much, first of all. Yay to all of the people that have joined our Patreon already. Thank you for that. And we have more coming up. We decided to do weekly videos. We'll show you guys some clips of what we've been doing. Weekly videos from each one of us separately. We've got plans for different photo shoots. I've shared some of my photo shoots with you guys from my own Patreon. And what we're trying to do is make this exclusive for all of you guys that are so loyal and you've supported the show from day one. We're still early days, but everyone's supportive of it. And the second that we mentioned Patreon, you guys were on it. So thank you for that. And I know that you, Mickie, and you, Lisa, you know, you're new to Patreon. So have you been enjoying it? Is it something that's you think is going to be fun for us coming up?
Oh my gosh. I have to thank you for getting us on it and to like really like say no, because you have done Patreon and you have your own one going. And I had thought about it on a music side before, but then I felt like it's so much work and it's so much of all this stuff. And I was like, I don't know. But it's been amazing. It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's been
You're going to have to teach me how to do it because it's just like our YouTube experience. We don't know how to live chat. I don't know how to do upside down exclamation point. I need to learn all this.
It's a lot.
We're still young. And I feel like, you know, those old people that don't know how to text and stuff like that. You're like, how do you not know how to text? I feel like one of those people that are like going, what's this Patreon thing?
Well, and every time we sign up for something like this, and there's something else, like a TikTok or this or that. So it's a lot. We've talked about Snapchat and things like that. It's a lot. But I hope you guys know that we are always coming up with new ideas on how to make Patreon better, how to make the show something even more exciting. And we love your feedback. So we have direct messages on Patreon. Sure. Please reach out to us. If there's something you guys want to see, we've also put some polls out about, you know, do you want to see more of this content, more merch, more special guests? And you guys have been really vocal. So thank you for that. And speaking of you all being vocal, you've been using our hashtag GAW TV. It's right there. Am I pointing correctly? This is the power of technology. Well, I'll just point this way. There we go. Perfect. Someone get a screenshot of that. Hashtag GAW TV. And you've sent us some amazing submitted questions in various genres. You know, we didn't want this to be just a wrestling question. We wanted it to be, to be fun and to be silly. And our first question is right here. It's from a good friend of ours, Nate the Great of the Game Changer podcast. So here's Nate with a question this week for us.
What's up, Val? What's up, Lisa? What's up, Mickie? This is Nate the effing Great from the Game Changer podcast, asking a bit of an interesting question for you. Now, normally some people would ask, celebrity-wise, who would be your boo? Who would be your hubby? Who would you be your long-lost love? So I'm going to actually up the ante just a little bit and ask the question, what movie character would you like to have as your hubby, your man meat, whatever you'd like to be?
Great question, and it's super easy for me. I would be Olivia Newton-John in Grease because I'd be the opposite of John Travolta, chasing after me, so in love with me, and just, yeah. I have to send you guys what Ian Goodwin, which had the question before, sent me a picture of me and John Travolta that he put together. Right? You know what? Let's see it now.
Oh my God. You don't understand.
Right?
He's an icon.
My God. Yeah, he's hot. I love him. I really love him.
He's still hot. P.S.
Yeah, he is still hot.
Real hot. So yours would be like Danny Zuko, like that character.
Danny Zuko, yeah. And I'd be Sandy. I'd be Sandy.
Oh, Sandy,
baby.
I see you more like I hope you take this the right way. I see you way more like a Rizzo. She was a lot more of a badass. Sandy was a little like, like I couldn't possibly hit. Rizzo was like, who's this idiot? I love her so much.
Yeah, but she got screwed up like during it, like you know, that buddy, you know, just she was bad news. I wasn't that character at all.
I love her.
I know. I like her, but that character, she's not nice.
Maybe I'm a Rizzo.
Bully.
Are you a Rizzo?
You're a Rizzo.
I think I'm a, what was her name? Something Maraschino. What was her first name?
They call me, well, oh, no, that's the other girl. They call me that's Maraschino, Cherry.
Yeah.
It's the other girl.
First name I forget. She was sassy. I liked her. She was controversial.
I actually see you as Frenchie in Greece.
Frenchie.
I totally get that. Yeah. She's like, I'm going to beauty school. You guys are crazy. Let's put some makeup on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the pool.
Do you have one, Mickie? Do you have
the
one?
pool has just come back. They've just come back from the pool.
Okay.
Cameos.
Donovan.
Running. Do a running.
He did. He's still got his floaties on.
I have floaties too.
Come here. You want to come say hello to Lisa and Val?
Hi. Those are cool, man.
Ah, oh, you need help? Okay.
It's good to be safe.
His biceps are too big.
Let's see those muscles, Donovan. Let's see it.
Let's see them guns. Can we see them? Can you see? Show them your muscles.
Oh, yeah.
Big strong.
Look at all
man.
their muscles. Wow. Oh, you're strong.
Very strong.
He says, hey, serious question. Does Nick
You know, this is a really, really tough one for me, and I know what you guys think I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's not that. It would be Matthew McConaughey and pretty much anything that he plays. Pretty much. I just can't. I love Matthew McConaughey.
He seems like a good
Like,
dude.
Except for the one, what was the one
be?
with it where he played the cowboy, you know, that last one where he lost a bunch of weight for it. And I did watch it. Shoot, what's the name of that movie?
The Texas something, right?
Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, Dallas Buyers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas. That's
Isn't
what I
Matthew?
said.
Dallas is in Texas.
Dallas Buyers Club. No, that's not what.
Oh my God.
Didn't he get arrested from?
Except for that one, maybe.
Playing,
Maybe not
didn't
that
he
one.
play his bongos too loud and neighbor like complained about him playing his bongos and he was like really super high? Is that
Such a
guy I'm
bad
thinking
boy.
of?
He is a terrible. No, he's amazing. When he drives the Lincoln and he does those commercials for
Yeah.
the Lincoln.
Oh yeah.
I love him. I found myself even like on stage at Comic Cons being like, all right. Everyone's like, what is
Yes,
she?
that's what I'm talking about. Well, actually,
I
he got
love
arrested for playing his bongos too loud, Mickey. Google that.
Oh, that's okay.
He has a
I'm okay
wild-
with him being
he's-
arrested.
I know.
I like
I
it
know,
even
but
more.
he has a
Love it
wild
even
side,
more.
so that.
Which
Yeah,
is
for
weird
sure.
considering bongos are such an innocuous, kind instrument. They're so chill. It's like, how do you get arrested for bongos?
I know.
Right.
Was he in a recorder
Butt
incident?
bongos.
This is weird. Oh.
They didn't tell you.
I
He's
like
playing
a
the butt
good bongo. Mickey, did you say I like
But
bongos?
ladies.
But I put some thought into this because I saw the question first when he submitted it, which thank you, Nate. We love Nate from the Game Changer podcast. We've been on the Game Changer podcast. Check it out, everybody. Cheers to Nate. Literally. Cheers, Nate. So mine,
Cheers.
to Nate, mine would be Kaladin Hockley from Titanic. I don't mean Billy Zane, who I love Billy Zane. Kaladin Hockley, because I'm obsessed with Titanic. I saw it 11 times in the theater. It's a 4-hour movie. I'm crazy. I know. Let's move on. He, I think, got a bit of a bad rap in the movie. Like, I love Leonardo. He's Jack Dawson, but the guy was penniless. Kaladin Hockley, what did he really do that was so terrible? He bought her a necklace and kind of like wanted her to be his wife? Like, I mean, I don't get it. Was he that bad of
He
a
was very
dude?
controlling. He was very controlling.
Did you see the necklace, though?
Eh,
Did you see the necklace?
I know.
Did you see it?
I mean, she just threw it like confetti.
Oh my God.
That was the real tragedy, Titanic. Thank you.
You're like, I need that piece.
Right?
Like something like that, but bigger. No, in all seriousness, I thought Kaladin Hockley was quite a catch. Was he a bit of a cad? Yes. But Kaladin, her husband Cal, beautiful name. I loved him. To Billy Zane.
Mm.
Listen to your friend Billy Zane. Do you guys know what movie that's from?
No.
No Zoolander fans in the house? Wow, lady.
Oh, I
God.
haven't seen that in a while.
Do better.
I don't know it enough to quote it. Just like they're getting whiter, at least doing their teeth, which was that movie with Whoopi Goldberg and
Ted Danson.
Ted Danson, and he was
Right.
dating the 20-year-old chick, and that was his ex-wife. Where they had, and then he was dating the 20-year-old chick, where she was constantly obsessed with bleaching her teeth, and she's like, "Oh, they're getting whiter."
Lisa's that girl. She loves it.
I am. I was gonna say that was me. That was completely me. Any new product, I was like, "Ooh, look at her teeth! Oh my God,
Those
Yeah.
choppers.
Oh my- yeah."
What are you using?
Okay, but I can't believe you don't like for Leo DiCaprio. Like, one of my favorite movies too was from Romeo and Juliet. Do you remember when he played?
Baz Luhrmann, yes.
Oh my God, he
Well,
was so hot.
Leonardo
So
the
hot.
actor is like probably my number. Well, he's probably my number one. Tom Cruise number two. But as far as a character, I'm sorry, but I always thought Kaladin Hockley was just the bee's knees. And if you're going to be stuck on an ill-fated ship, you might as well get a nice piece of jewelry. That's just how my mother taught me. Well, as you all know, we love to sort of do different themed episodes and keep things interesting, keep things spicy here on GAW TV because we have way too many personalities and way too much going on to have the same episode twice. So we thought we would do something really cool and get a little mystical today. And Mickie, hashtag mystical Mickie, just came up with that. You can brand that yourself.
Oh,
Nice.
thank you.
T-shirt.
Thank you.
Mickie has a wonderful friend joining us. So Mickie, please give us an intro to this lovely lady.
Well, I am so excited because this is actually our first official guest. We've had some cameo appearances and they've promised to come back. But this is the first, our first official guest that we've actually brought onto our show. Yay. And this is my friend Mel. And I promised you all something mystical and exciting. And Mel she's from Australia, but Mel is a psychic medium. So she talks to dead people. She talks to the dead. And I don't know how we've talked about this separately, but never on the show. But I'm very open-minded. I'm very spiritual. I'm very open-minded. And so I found Mel on Instagram, ironically, at Beyond the Veil. We can show you.
Yes.
And then I've had like a reading done from Mel. And through this, I've created a friendship with Mel and Tess and really got to know what they do. They do ghost hunting. They do all this cool stuff. And I thought it was, it's so exciting. And it's so empowering. What they do. And so I was like, it'd be fun for our show to talk about and talk to Mel. And so here she is, my friend, Mel.
Welcome,
Mystic
Mel.
Mel.
Welcome,
Mel.
Mel.
All the way from Australia. How you feeling, Mel?
Yeah, good. From Sydney, Australia. And I can honestly say this is without doubt the best gig I've ever had. So I've had 20 years in the corporate world as an IT nerd. And it just got harder and harder to go in every day when this is such an easier, more natural thing for me to do. So I've been like this since I was a little girl. I don't know. I do know. I believe it's a gift from God, and it's I want to share it with everybody at a price, but I want to share it with everybody.
Where's our tip button when we need it? No, seriously. But I was so thrilled when Mickie suggested this because I love the realm of ghost hunting and the paranormal. I've always been very interested in it since I was a little child as well. Lisa, you're into that as well, and you're very.
Oh my God, that's all I watch. I watch Paranormal Activity, all these shows, and it's all about that. Ghost hunters, I'm into. I won't buy a Ouija board. I won't buy a spirit box, and I just want to open the door. I'm not experienced. They tell you, give you the warning. If you don't have experience, don't do it. And I don't want to welcome a bad spirit. No. So I'm really totally into this. Into this. Like I'm almost obsessive about it, which is kind of disturbing.
That's good. Look, a lot of people are, a lot of people aren't. So for my detractors, I just simply say, look, if I respect you for not believing, then just at least respect me for believing, and everything.
I think we all believe. I believe.
I certainly do too.
Oh,
but I think that's very admirable, and that's such a grown-ass woman thing to say, that I believe, but you don't have to believe what I believe, and vice versa. It's all about choice, and that's what being a grown-ass woman is all about.
Yeah,
sure.
and the stories I've heard, even with my own mum and my sister and my father, who's now dead, who I work with, you can't, like, when there's third parties involved with the stories, you can't discount it. So, like, for example, my mum had to go for, she's older now, of course, glaucoma to get removed. And, cataracts to get removed. And we've gone to the eye hospital, and I've gone in there with her. Everyone's in the chair, and they put drops in and needles in the eye and all kinds of shit, right? And the nurse comes over and says, "Oh, Mrs. Hodson, your lovely husband called yesterday to check that everything was ready for today." And Mum said, "Not my husband. He's been dead now 4 years." And she flicked back through the book. She said, "Don Hodson, he called yesterday to check everything was set for today."
Stop it.
How do you explain that?
Yeah.
That's a stranger. You can't explain that shit.
But obviously, it's something that runs in your family, and it's something that you're connected to. And like you said, there's not really a choice. It's just something that you have or something that you don't. But if fans here on GAW TV, who we love them, they're so supportive, we know they're going to love this. Can you give us sort of a brief background on how you got into this and sort of what you're working on now?
Sure. So how I got into this was, how do I put this nicely or bluntly? Dead people kept harassing me to tell people that I was working with stuff about their lives and information, and you could do this better, or don't trust so-and-so, and blah, blah, blah. And so it came to the point where at work, they would say, Mel, I need a session. Can you talk to me during our lunch break? I'll pay you, don't worry, blah, blah, blah. I thought, oh, running from this. And then at the same time, I know this sounds weird, at the same time, my dad was dying in 2010 of asbestos cancer. So I talked to him about it and I said, look, if you are a guide for me, I'll do it. Because I don't trust a lot of people. I just don't. But I said, if you're dead, because he had 4 months to live, I said, if you're dead, I'll trust you. So he said, if they let me work with you, I'll do it. So how I got into this was, I've always been like this, but it was through talking with Dad and saying, look, I think I want to do this for a living because I hate what I'm doing now. And he said, you may as well be happy because what I've done my whole life is killing me, because he was a builder. Let's do it. So after he died in the September of 2010, about 4 months after, I had a session with a psychic myself. And she said, you don't know who you are. You don't know how powerful you are. Dad says he's ready to work. And I'm like, okay, this is it. This is my sign. It's all I needed. So I started part-time. So I did 5 days a week in the corporate world. Saturdays, I did this. And then when it took over, it took 9 months, but when it took over the day job, then I left and did it full-time. So I've been doing it for 8 years now, full-time.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Well, we're honored to have you here. And Mickie, when we were talking about Mel, when you were so gracious to introduce us, you mentioned her doing some star signs, some readings every month for all of our viewers. Is that right?
Sorry.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I know that she talked about doing for this month as a special is coming on, that she was going to do like a star sign, a projection for June, I suppose, but which is really, really, really exciting.
Yes.
I got a sneak peek at him, so I'm like, delve, my dear.
Yeah.
I got into Star Signs because I read for a lovely elderly American man, and he's dead now. And he said to me, "Why don't you do star signs?" Like, and I went, "I haven't got time to sit through fucking charts of the maps of the skies and that." And he's like, "No, just do it intuitively because you can do it." I'm like, "No, I'll give it a go." The reaction's been really, really lovely. So yeah, what I've done is a June 2020 overview for everyone, and then I've done for each star sign for the month of June. And if you're happy with this and you're happy with me to come back, I'm happy to give this to you every month. So I'll do July, August, September. Yeah.
We love that. And I know that our fans will too, because it's encompassing all of the star signs. So all of you guys that are in the chat room right now, everybody that's watching this, it's just, you know, and your readings, I've noticed, I've obviously checked you out on Instagram, hashtag a little bit of light stalking. I've noticed that like you keep it really fun with your readings, and you keep it to a positive level. But obviously us being involved with the paranormal and wanting our own readings, that might be something that we're interested in as well, is just sort of doing a reading you know, separately or here together. But we're just happy to have your presence here and your knowledge.
Oh God,
Yeah,
that's so lovely.
serious. And I'm so sorry, I'm so quiet. I'm just, because this is so freaking intriguing to me. I'm just like, how lucky did we get to have her on the show? Mel, like, oh my God, it's like, it was meant to be. That's what I feel. But I don't know.
Well, I'm also really lucky because I met my wife, Teresa, and she has a really unusual ability of able, I know this sounds weird again, but able to smell the dead. I can't smell them. I might smell the perfume or tobacco that they smoked or they're cooking, but she can actually smell the decay of the flesh, and she can separate it out whether it's good or bad. So when we go somewhere, I always take her in with me.
But you've actually gone into certain places, because when we say ghost hunting, it's like what you say, or what Lisa watches when we say she watches those paranormal investigation shows, where they go into these spaces to try to get like evidence of the dead, and like get them on film or on camera to prove. But also you say you always take a priest with you, especially if you're doing a house clearing or something like that, so that in case they like, how hard is it to get a priest that will go with 2 lesbian women to go clear a house?
I'm a gay psychic medium, like we strike out 3 times there straight away, like that's it.
That's so cool.
Because you missed out, Lisa Marie, because I might have had a sneaky chat with these 2 about a week or so ago. This is a photo. Teresa, all she uses is her iPhone. That's all we use. We don't use gadgets and shit. And we don't know why, but they always seem to come out on camera for us. We're very, very lucky. We're very blessed. I think it's because we don't agitate them. We don't piss them off. Anyway, the quarantine station at Manly, North Head, Manly. It's where you hopped off the boat when you arrived in Australia, and you were quarantined for a certain time to make sure you weren't diseased. And if you were diseased, you were obviously at the quarantine station to get healthy. The problem is when you were sent into the shower block, which is the first place you go into, the showers were acid showers. So if you weren't sick, you became sick because the acid opened up the skin. And if you were sick, you got worse and died. Now, the other problem was it wasn't really regulated back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So there were deaths, unexplained deaths. A lot of women are buried up on Isolation Road at Quarantine Station. I've gotten chills as I talk about it. The postmaster, I believe, is the one causing all the problems there, or did cause the problems there. A lot of illegal abortions, rapes, murders. They believe it was the grave digger. And I said, no, it's the postmaster. And he's laughing because his name is Stan. And I believe the grave digger is Sam. And he thinks it's hilarious that for history-wise, we've all got it confused and blame Sam, not Stan. They did show me Stan's gravestone, and he was the postmaster. And I think the head doctor there as well was a little bit dubious. So this was a photo. This photo was taken. We were shoved into the shower block, door shut. Please know there's no light source in the shower block anymore. There's no electricity. And there's no reflective surfaces whatsoever. And we get shoved in, the door gets shut. We're walking around. I'm seeing a few things, you know, whatevs. And then we're walking down the main corridor, the main hallway of the shower block. And Teresa says, Mel, run. He's behind me.
Oh my
and
God.
She holds the phone backwards and just takes a live photo.
Oh my God.
Okay? So this is a live photo. And we believe we caught the postmaster, who they all nicknamed Jeepers Creepers. Okay. Let me press the button.
Oh, Jeepers Creepers, is that they nicknamed him?
Yeah. There he is.
No freaking
I
way.
can't.
I
Got
got
chills.
chill
I got
bumps.
chills. I got,
Chills
oh my
and,
God.
like a spiky feeling. I literally cannot.
One more time. One more time.
He looks like like what the Shadow Man looks like. Like the Shadow Man.
The
With
Glimmer
no
Man?
top hat.
I don't know.
He's
Oh,
about
it
5.
does what is he? He's
the
tall.
Shadow Man.
He's very tall.
The Shadow Man's supposed to be really gigantic, but he has a top hat.
Like I can't. Like
Wow.
I say this with all
Mm.
sincerity and respect, and that's why I think you actually, in my opinion, I think that's why people that have
Wow.
a gift like you, they do so well with getting really great presences coming to them, because they are respectful and they are they look at it in such a you know, a nice way. They're not trying to just do it for bad reasons or nefarious reasons. But stuff like that, I'm like, I can't process it.
At the end of the day, they're very, very powerful. They can kill you as soon as look at you, or they can help you. And I don't fuck about with dead people. I just don't do it. I don't do it. So there is the screenshot of him.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
Teresa was able to capture him at the gravedigger's cottage, on the veranda of the gravedigger's cottage. And I'm talking to our cameraman, and she's just sort of standing there off camera, and she's just gone, oh fuck. So she's held up the camera. Now I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I hope you can.
But what is it? What is it?
Well, it's the postmaster. So I did a comparison shot, and that's the old uniform back in the day in Australia.
Oh yeah.
Uniform. And if I can zoom in, you might be able to see his face, his cap at the top of the screen there. Looks like a peaked cap. Not sure.
So is that a burst of light, or is it just, I can't tell?
Like,
That's
isn't
so
it like
crazy.
true? Like Mel is like, isn't it true that like the camera can pick up things, but not your visible eyes,
Oh God, yeah.
right?
Oh God.
And then like,
Yeah. I always find people with very, very pale eyes as well can see dead a little bit easier, because it's kind of like an infrared camera. We can pick up things a lot easier. I know, right? You need to be careful. I know.
wow. I don't have light eyes, so that's okay. I'm okay.
No, it's okay. I mean,
Oh my God, she
dark.
sent the photo.
You did?
If you come in, you'll be able to see his face and his peaked cap.
Let me see.
And a cap. Oh my God.
And this is that's in a window, right?
That shot just taken through a window into the cottage of the gravedigger's cottage at the Q station at Manly, and he's standing in the doorway
He's
further
just
down.
standing there.
And he's still there because he has unfinished business.
I look, honestly, I think they're all there because they know it's kind of like showtime. Let's come out for everybody who comes through.
Just come to play.
I think it's kind of like, yeah, it's playtime. Let's
Wow.
spook.
I was gonna say, so when you go in to like clear a house, or you go this, are you trying to get them to go to the light or to the other side, or are you just trying to get them out of the house? Or because that's kind of like the thing, because I watch all these ghost hunting shows and it feels like, oh, they just tell us that they're there. They don't do anything about the fact that they're there. They just tell us that they're there, and it's like, oh, that's
I believe you do what feels good to you. What feels good to me might not feel good to you, right? But for me, once you're dead, you know where the fucking light is. You're not stupid, right? Because I've had it said to me when I've gone to old convict jails, that the blokes always say, we know where the light is. We're just here because it's fun. This is what we're used to. This is our home. So if we go in to clear a house, I'll say, well, hang on a minute. You don't want these people cleared. These are your loved ones in spirit. But if we go to a house where it's really tumultuous and, you know that the person in there isn't there for their highest good, yeah, you move them on. And I don't need to tell them where the light is. They know where the fucking light is. You just say, look, leave this alone. Off you go, move on.
And again, that's very respectful. I have to ask though, because again, being a paranormal show watcher and a whole nerd about it, and sort of, an amateur person that doesn't know all of the ins and outs, and it is sort of a guesswork, I'm sure, in some ways. But I do hear about how there's a residual haunting, and then there's something else, a different kind of haunting. Basically, one haunting they've said
Intellectual haunting.
Intellectual, yeah. So like residual
Right?
haunting would be almost like a record is playing, and a ghost just knows at 3 p.m. every day that they come back and they do the same work, and it's like Groundhog Day over and over, broken record. And then there are, I guess, intellectual or interactive hauntings where the ghost is smart enough that it can interact with you, and it can try to scare you, or it can try to in modern times connect with you. So I mean, do you believe in those two sort of, have you seen both?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I remember when I used to read in person, I read for a man who was quite well known because his wife and his son, because I don't know who's going to be watching this, he's well known because his wife and his son was blown up because they used to live above a 7-Eleven in a suburb of Sydney, and the man who owned the 7-Eleven wanted compensation, so he rigged a fire and blew up. And so the people that lived above died. So there was a gentleman that passed, and his wife and his son. Now, when he came for a session, a lot of men are non-believers, and that's okay. And we're sitting there, and I'm saying, look, your wife is saying, what's it going to take for you to, like, how many signs do I have to give that I'm okay and that I really am on the other side and this is happening? So no shit, we're sitting at the table, and he had a glass of water, and it slid across the table towards him. And I said, I can't fake this shit. I wish to God there were cameras. How, what more do you need? They will move things.
Wow.
Because when they want you to know, they want you to know, period. Yeah, it's amazing.
What's really scary about that story, I live above a 7-Eleven.
Stop. Be
Swear to
careful.
God.
Do you find that there is more activity when there is anger, or the way that someone passed away was violent? Like I have a friend, Rob Demarest, who has done some Comic Cons with me. He was on Ghost Hunters International and seemed very in tune and seemed like a really good guy. And I was said, what are the most haunted places you went to? And he said it's always prisons and mental hospitals, because there was a lot of torment, and a lot of, like, people didn't die in a peaceful way. Even hospitals, people just die of horrible disease, elderly. But he said, when they're angry, there's more activity.
Psychiatric wards.
Absolutely, which is why you'll find a lot of these shows, or a lot of these paranormal investigators will deliberately agitate to bring them out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he does that or anything like that, because I don't know him from a bar of soap, but a lot of them do. You will find where there's been a lot of. See, here's the thing. See, I'm of a different take as well. If there's a lot of energy and activity, like dancing, or say we go to a WWE fight or whatever, there'd be a lot of frenetic, kinetic energy going on in there too, because everyone's vibed up, everyone's happy, everyone's like ready to go. So when the vibration and the frequency is high, if we go into the quantum physics of it all, when those vibes are higher, they come in quicker, they come in closer to us. It's what I always say to people that are grieving the loss of a loved one. It's okay to cry, they take it as a compliment, but if you cry too much, they can't get close to you. If you've completely shut down and there's no emotion, they can't get close to you, because you're so grieving. obviously, they want to get close, but they can't. So they say a few tears is nice. Too much, we can't come in. We can't be there next to you.
That's good advice, though. That's good to know. People that have loved ones out there that they're trying to grieve in a way that it's like, I guess they don't want to see that the person's life is consumed with grief.
No,
Right.
because as Dad said to me after he died, it took 20 minutes for him to come through after he died. The longest 20 minutes of my fucking life. He said, yeah, but Mel, don't be too sad, because if you had died, would you want me to stop living? Well, no. So he said, you've got to see, I don't want you guys to stop living just because I'm dead. Keep going, you know.
Yeah.
I do also find where there's been murders, there it's quite active. The Wakehurst Parkway in Sydney is a famous road in the north of Sydney, northern suburbs of Sydney. It's a 7-minute drive down the Wakehurst Parkway. Legend has it, ghosts will appear in your back seat, and a lot of people have crashed on the road because of it and died.
I saw a special on that. I saw a special on that. Yeah. I did.
And also, a lot of murders happen at Big Creek Reserve, which is just off the Wakehurst Parkway, and a lot of energy and shit happening there. When you girls get down under, they're the first 2 places we're taking you to.
Oh God.
Oh.
Okay.
Once we come out of this quarantine.
Do you do separate readings, or would it have to be maybe all 3 of us, or that might be something we can visit in the future if you'd like?
Oh, I'd love to do that.
No, she has to come back. She has to come back. Yeah, no, I'm so fascinated. I know I'm so fascinated by all of it. And Mel and I talk a lot, and I've talked to Tessa, and I've had several sessions with Mel, and she's amazing on several different things. And I think that I get like my, we probably do something, once every 6 months or something like that. That would be so fun, though. That would be so fun.
I say let's do it.
I do recommend reading separately. I've learned from my mistakes that the mistake of reading in a group or having someone there with that person whilst you're reading them, if things come out controversial that you really didn't want someone to know about, you've got a great car ride home with that person having to discuss
This is awkward.
I won't do it. But it's different. If I'm in a crowd or I'm reading for a group of people, or you're in a theatre or something like that, completely different vibe. Everyone knows the public is all fuck. So when I do my live readings on a Monday, everybody knows that when they get on to ask their questions, I might bring up the demise of their relationship, bad, scary shit. So
when did you first know? When did you first see, when did you first know that you were a medium?
Well, psychic wise, I said, well, medium, I guess. I was 5 years old. All kids in Australia, compulsory, you have to go for swimming lessons. You have to, because we're the biggest island in the world. Everyone's at the beach. You need to know how to swim. So swimming lessons, I would have been about 3 or 4 years old. And we would have to jump off the side of the pool, swim to the swimming instructor, and then we hop out and we do it all again. So it was like 3, like you're just dog paddling away, whatever. And I would scream my fucking head off. It just, I can still remember his chest, the hair on his chest, his beard and his mustache. And I was just screaming that I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Dad obviously was there, and he sort of said, give it to me. She's causing too much trouble, too much noise. As soon as it was in Dad's arms, I was happy. Years later, to cut a long story short, he was done for pedophilia. He would take children to the sheds afterwards. So your gut instinct kicks in. You know if something's not right. That's why I do believe children. I trust them. They know when something's not right. They know.
Yeah.
You also know not to talk about it, Mickie. You know not to talk about it because people think you're weird. So
right.
I can say it's like masturbating. Everyone's doing it, but no one talks about it.
Here.
It does get dumbed down a little bit as we get older. I deliberately stopped it all when I was 14 because it was too much for me. But I believe everybody can do it. I really do. I really believe people with schizophrenic, Alzheimer's, dementia, they are seeing other realms, other dimensions.
We can't.
Yeah.
I feel like I am intuitive in certain aspects. I feel like I block it out sometimes, or I don't pay attention. I feel like I hear sometimes like it's so weird, and I probably shouldn't say this in public, but I've heard my name in my ear, like someone's trying to talk to me, like someone's trying to get my attention because I'm not paying attention. These are like weird things, and then I have to like sit there and focus and like think, okay, what am I thinking about in this moment, or what am I asking or asking for that I've not been either paying attention to the answer, or I'm not, I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing.
I always say to people, trust your gut. For God's sake, trust your goddamn gut. It is your radar. It will save you. There was a well-known murder that happened in Melbourne. This bloke basically was raping and killing women. Anyway, to cut a long story short, there was video camera from within inside a bridal shop of him walking past and the girl that was to be raped and murdered. And at one point, you can see her gut saying, don't, you can see it.
Oh,
Don't do
shit,
it.
yeah.
She turns around because it's like she's looking back up the street to go, nah, that's all right, I'll be okay. And then she turns and walks with him, and that was it, done. You can see her gut saying to her, don't go, don't do it. You can see it. Yeah, trust your gut, always.
We always second guess our gut or intuition though. And it always says your gut will never lie to you. Your heart will never lie to you. These are things that we're told. And it's like, it seems so not condescending, or it seems like just so cliched in those moments. But there are times, most times when you are always have that initial gut feeling of like, before you make that decision, you always are like, left or right or wrong, all these decisions. And you go, you know, in your heart, or you know what your initial reaction is, and you don't always go to whether you talk yourself out of it or whatever the case may be, or you feel like, oh, people are going to look at me weird, or whatever the reason why. And then you end up regretting that choice later, going like, why? I already knew. I knew I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do that?
So obviously we could talk about this all night, but Mel, we're going to have you back to do separate readings for all of us if you're still willing.
Gotcha, yeah.
There's Baby D saying good night, everybody.
Good night. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Mel, Lisa, and Mickie James. I've been SoCalval. This has been Grown Ass Women. We're going to put all of Mel's information up. She's got your monthly readings ready, and we thank you so much for being here, Mel. We'll see you next time, guys, on
Thank you, Mel.
TV. GAW TV.
Cheers.
Dolls.
Love and nothing but.
Hey.
This is the word to go, yo.